Guys, Deluded Gooner, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Now, it's Black History Month, so why don't we talk about the lack of black managers? I've been through this before, and I'm pretty sure you've got your own opinions. I'm not going to go down the conventional route, but one thing that has always been in my mind, and I've said it in subliminal and sly little ways, and it reflects society, which I'll allude to. Black ownership or black entrepreneurs, consortiums, billionaires, the people that have the money or the cash or the connects to buy football clubs, until there's black or African based them things, I don't see widespread black managers over the Premier League or in the lower leagues. 106, 105 managers over the from top league in the Prem to the bottom in League Two. There's 3 managers that I counted. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure there's not more than 5 black managers. But the 3 I have is the guy at Carlisle. I can't say his name. Just gonna call him his first name, Keith. Forgive me. What's his name? Chris Hughton, obviously at Brighton. And Hasselbank's got a job somewhere again, which he obviously lost his other job and he's back in it. So you cannot tell me that 3 out of 105 managers is good enough. And if we relay that to what Greg Clark actually said at one of an event I've been to, he said typically a lot of these consortiums or whatever, they don't have when they're going through word of mouth to go and contact whoever they are to take over the role or find recommendations, they don't know many black people or have any black people in their circle. That is why. And you could argue that. I mean, look at it. Look at it. 3 out of 105. You can't tell me there's not a lot of there's not more coaches or black managers that can have a go or be better than some of the managers that are in the game. It's not the manager's fault. These are the games that are in play. So now if we use the logic, if a lot of these, again, black consortiums, African-based billionaires, etc., if they own these clubs, they're going to have black people in their circle or give trust to a black manager. Then you'll see black widespread. Football mirrors society. So let's take this, again, not to make it dark, and it isn't right. Unemployment rate among black African Caribbeans or whatever is very high, right? Compared to many other races and ethnicities. Yeah, so let's look at that same logic. The Asian community, whether it's and I'm not trying to be stereotypical at all, whether it's chicken and chip shops, whether it's butchers, whether it's dry cleaners, it doesn't matter in it. There's a lot of businesses. Obviously, if you have a business or several businesses, what do you need? Whether you have a cleaning business or whatever, you need workers, right? So you've created work. If you've created work, people are lifted out of poverty. That grows the community. The white community have that as well, and the Turkish community. Again, shops, corner shops, furniture-based places, all sorts of the others. There are black entrepreneurs and black businesses and things like that of that nature, but it goes behind. It's lagging behind, isn't it? So that is why typically you see less black managers and things, owners and things like that. Look at the FTSE. How many black CEOs and things do you see in that? How many of them companies are black owned or established by black people? I'm not trying to be and say certain things, but this is common sense. Again, going on Greg Clark's logic. Until we see these sort of things, it can't happen. There are black billionaires out there. You look at Dagno, I hope I said his name correctly, the Nigerian guy. He's always in the metro about buying Arsenal. He hasn't officially done it, but he's got the P's to do this. I've got some of them to note. Let me find them. Mike Edenugoff, net worth of 14.1 billion, more than Dagno, I believe. Robert Smith, American guy, 2.5 billion. Oprah, and billionaire as well. I'm not, of course, you see established business men and women and business partners. They're all established over several different and diverse industries and organizations, and obviously they've made a lot of money. But have they seen football? Have they got into football yet? No, they haven't collectively. So until you see that, you're not going to see black managers widespread. And that's I honestly believe that, because even from the minute the head of the FA is saying that, and it makes sense. It goes with anything. If you'd like to see more Asian managers as well, Asian people need to own the clubs. This is what I see. Again, not everything is down to color and things like that, but these are the things that are in play. Even you just got to look at the NFL as well. NFL won, I believe, at the time of making this vid, one black-owned club at the time of making this video. Is it any coincidence as to why people were effing and blinding in regards to the protest and only wanted to do the protest when it became something else? No, it's not. There's just so many. At one hand, of course, the Rooney Rule and all of that could be beneficial, but on the other hand, we're at the point now where, for the sake of it, you need to be in the discussion. If someone said to me just because I'm black, you're giving me an interview or whatever. To be fair, because of where we are, we kind of need that to happen, but I wouldn't want it. Like, let's look at my vlogging. If someone said to me, oh, Delulu Guna, you're good at your vlogging, we want you, blah, 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 you're black as well, X, Y, Z. I want you because I'm good at my thing, like, because I'm sick, first and foremost, whether I was black, white, or yellow, or whatever. I don't even like using that example, whatever. I would like you to recognize, my talent based on my talent, like, I'm good enough. And then you can recognize and be self-aware and help me up for doing something for the community, etc. I want that. But on the other hand, it's not going to happen because sadly, black people don't have the connections at the places it matters in management and things like that. That's why you see a lot of black players and then you see managers and coaches, but the number starts decreasing. Positions of authority, it sounds minor, but referees, well, how many black referees you see in the collectively? How many black CEOs? How many black consortiums? How many the senior positions? You rarely see this. Directors of football, all of these roles, I think Les Ferdinand's the only one. All of these roles, positions of power, they don't own them. Why? Because we're not in a position of influence with the ownership and stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to spare you guys and tell you this crap and whatnot. Whether it's society like the footsie with a lack of black ownership or CEOs, whether it's football clubs, whether it's etc., etc., it just doesn't happen. There are Chinese and Indian-based consortiums because they recognize it. And by that logic, they have more of a chance of getting an Asian manager in the club, whether it's East or South Asian manager in a club. Ownership is the key. It's not going to happen because these established businessmen, they don't see football as viable, or they just might not have an interest, or they might just talk in the papers. It's not going to happen. Like, I would love it to happen. I would love it to happen. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of mediocre managers. I'm not advocating I want mediocre black managers. But yeah, man, there's not even, you see black mediocre footballers. Where are the mediocre managers? Free. You always hear people say things like, oh, they're not applying, or they're not good enough, or blah, blah, blah. You cannot tell me you cannot find more than 3 managers suitable over 105 clubs. Like, come on now. Or, yeah, man, you can't tell me that. And I'm not here to play the blame game. I'm not here to do certain things. I'm just here to simply say my thoughts. Like, based on Greg Clark's logic, when I heard it, it put a brainstorm in my head. It is true. Black ownership or multicultural ownership is the key for more black managers, man, because like in society, we're just going to be standing here saying we need more inclusion, being at the same event saying we need to do this, we need to do that. And it's not going to happen because I am still of the belief, which I've said in a previous vid, you can't really tell owners how to manage and run their football club. They're putting their money in. You can't say you need to interview a black manager because he's black. Of course, I would like that owner to say, okay, let's give him a chance. There's a lack of diversity, blah, blah, blah. But if that owner turned around and said, no, I wouldn't like to do that. I've got X, Y, Z who is ready for the job. Of course, it's going to hurt, but he's protecting his interests and he's invested a lot of money into X, Y, Z. So, yeah, man, like I said, what prominent black people do you see? Right. Prominent black people do you see in the heads of positions at the FA, the Premier League, any senior clubs? You don't see it. Like, you don't see it because ownership is key in all walks of society for all different diverse groups. Ownership is key, and until that happens, it's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better, people, man. It's not gonna get better. People are literally saying, heads of FA are literally saying at events, the reason for this is because they don't know enough black people. So if we use that logic, ownership is key. So yeah, man. Guys, Delulu Guna, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching, of course, man. I'm out.